Think Progress has a great article on the issue of paid family leave and how the U.S. compares to other nations. So here's the situation that we face. Quote, if you've worked for a certain amount of time at a company with 50 or more employees, you're guaranteed the ability to take 12 unpaid weeks off for the arrival of a new child. So, everybody else is fucked in the country, but if you've worked at a big company for an extended period of time, and it varies from place to place, of course, you can take 12 unpaid weeks and they can't fire you. Oh, how kind. Nothing like unpaid weeks under certain circumstances, maybe, maybe not. Okay? So how does that stack up against the rest of the world? Quote, that leaves us in lonely company. Out of 185 countries, the United States is just one of 3 that doesn't guarantee paid maternity leave, the others being Oman and Papua New Guinea. How many stories have we done like this when it comes to certain labor laws? America is stuck in like the year 1612. So let's take a look at the charts on this. Now, what you see here, I'll describe for everybody listening on the live show, on the radio. What you see is the breakdown. Iran has 12 weeks paid maternity leave. Mexico, 12 weeks. The Congo, 14 weeks. Chad, 14 weeks. China, 14 weeks. Canada, 15 weeks. Bangladesh, 16 weeks. Singapore, 16 weeks. Ireland gives you 26 weeks paid maternity leave. Vietnam, 26 weeks. The United Kingdom gets 40 weeks. 40 weeks. United States of America, donut, son. Donut. Zilch. Nada. 0. No paid maternity leave. All right. Moving on here. Next chart. Paid paternity leave. Well, they're even harsher on this one. The Bahamas gets 1 week. Singapore gets 1 week. For 2 weeks, it's the United Kingdom, Denmark, Australia, Venezuela, and Kenya. Kenya gets 2 weeks. Spain gets 15 days. Portugal gets 20 days. Finland gets 54 days paternity leave. And Iceland, leading the charge here, 3 months paternity leave. Again, paid by law. United States, donuts, bagels, English muffins. If you poked a hole in the middle, 0. That's what that means, 0. Okay? So when it comes to treating workers like, I don't know, these things called human beings, our response is, understand what that means? That means they don't give a shit about us. That's what that means. Okay? And I never get tired of showing this chart. This is the classic chart of paid vacation days by law. That would be France, Finland, Denmark, Norway, Sweden, Germany, Australia, Portugal, Spain, Italy, Belgium, Iceland, Australia, New Zealand, Greece, Netherlands, Switzerland, United Kingdom, and Canada, and Japan, all getting plenty of paid time off. The lowest number is 10. It appears as if the highest number is, 22, 30... about 35. So all those places get between 10 paid days off by law and 35 paid days off by law, right? And again, we get 0. Or as I lovingly referred to it before, in English muffin, if you poked a hole out from the middle. 0. 0, 0, 0. Yeah, I wonder why Americans are always stressed and on antidepressants and on anti-anxiety pills and, super pissed off, and sometimes we're mean to each other. I wonder why. Why is that? Could it be because we're working, doing something that we find fucking meaningless, wasting all of our time on this planet, hating ourselves because of it? I mean, have you ever worked a job where you don't fucking like it? And by the way, a majority of the American people, according to polling, they're doing a job that's not their passion. So, being that that's the case, and we know how it feels when you work a job you don't like, okay? you have to accommodate for that. Look, I'm not some, crazy, loony, code pink, far left liberal where I say, oh, the zeitgeist movement is right. Let's get rid of capitalism and all do a communal system. It'll be lovely. No, I understand that you need some level of capitalism because it harnesses human nature, and it means, the harder you work, the further you go. It's more of a meritocracy. It's more based on greed, and human nature is fairly greedy. I don't believe in communism. I don't believe in some sort of system where everybody will just get along and it'll work. No, you need some form of capitalism, but it needs to be regulated, and there needs to be government and socialism mixed with it. And you need to have, free healthcare, free schooling, paid vacation days by law. Look, I'm sick of it. The minimum we should do is 6 weeks paid vacation by law because you're a fucking human being, okay? And you need that time to figure out your actual passion in life, to spend with your family, to spend with your friends, to do whatever it is that you do when you're actually happy and in the zone, okay? And that's the most conservative proposal I would give. I mean, William Howard Taft, a Republican president, in 1910 had an article in the New York Times where he said everybody who works should get 3 months paid off by law. That's a conservative Republican in the early 1900s. Today, somehow we lost track of that. We act like we didn't create all this technology that could do a lot of the work for us. But look, the actual ideal, in my opinion, would probably be a 4-day work week. 4-day work week. I mean, it's simple. You still spend most of your time working, but it's enough where you feel like a human being and you can hit that refresh button and do what you love in your off time. I'm lucky enough, some people are lucky enough to do what they love for a living, so it doesn't feel like work. Those people, you can work as much as you want. You can work as much as you want if you want to. But the standard should be 4 days, and we should work off of that. But here you have it, another story about how workers in the United States are getting screwed.